The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you continue to see things, the clearer you start seeing things. When you've dated a man, you start seeing that, oh, I really don't need this man. I really need more. I can't settle for less. Let me go ahead and roll this clip for you because this girl is making so much sense. So after rolling that clip, I'll come back and talk about it.
Y'all remember Darius Jackson, the content creator who got exposed for cheating on his wife like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember. He made a video which I unfortunately found myself agreeing with. So instead of stitching it and giving him any more attention because he truly irks me, I'm going to just have to make a video about it myself. In the video, he was saying that a lot of times when a woman is single for a long time, men or sometimes even other women will look at her like there's something wrong with her, when a lot of times that woman is just very smart. And he's 100% right. The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things. And the clearer you can see, baby, the worse it is. But no, seriously, when you stop operating from a place of, oh, I need a relationship, I need a man, and you start really looking at these men for who they are and what they have to offer and what they can really bring to your life, the quicker you will start to realize that a lot of them are just not worth all of what we thought that they were. This is not me hating on men. This is not that. This is me defending single women. That's it. The longer that you go without a man, the less stuff that you start to tolerate and the better you are at detecting when a man is really not worth your time. When your desire for partnership stops overriding your desire for genuine respect and genuine love, then you will start to see things so differently, and it is going to change you. You're going to make decisions that you probably would not have made before, and you're going to be a lot less willing to accept and settle for just anything. And the longer that you go being alone, at least in my experience, the more you enjoy being alone. And then that means when a man does come along, he's going to have to actually do something. You're going to have to make a real difference in my life, and you're going to have to make it very clear, because I am no longer just looking to be booed up just for the sake of being booed up. No, sir, you're going to have to come over here with something tangible, something real, and something genuine. Otherwise, I can stay by myself.
Hey beautiful people, how are you all doing today? It's your girl Maria David, and I'm back again with another interesting video. You all, I feel like singleness is a gift, and if you've been single for a while, and this I'm talking about single ladies, single women that chose to be single. You know, there's single by choice. It's not these single women that are waiting to get married. They're still hoping to get married, or they are single and sad. There's some single ladies that are single and sad. They feel like they are missing out in the marriage institutes. They feel like they are missing out in the relationship institute. These are not the single ladies or women I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that chose to be single, the ones that have dated, have seen the way men treat women, and they chose to be single. These are the ones I'm talking about. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. I have interesting stitches to share with you also. Let us go ahead and watch the stitches to the end. At the end of all the stitches, I will share my own opinion.
The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things.
Let me tell you, that video, chef kisses, because it really explains why I've been single for as long as I have. And it's been 8 years to be exact. And the only reason why it's been that long is because of life and COVID. And because of those reasons, I really didn't have any business trying to be laid up with somebody or even being in a relationship with them. And now that I'm going back into the dating pool, which I realize is really a cesspool, I realize that I'm able to see much clearer. And there's 3 types of men that I've encountered. One is the type of man that I used to date that actually calls me to stop dating men. Those men, I like meeting them because they take themselves out of the running. They eliminate themselves. They don't even mess with me. The second man, he's the type of man that looks at you as a challenge. You know, the one that feels like they can unheal you. And third is the general population. The men that you can just basically date and get to figure out if this is the type of man you want to deal with or not. And just like she said in the video, a lot of people think that something is wrong with you the longer that you are single. And I realized year one of me being single that there isn't anything wrong with me or any woman like me that's been single for a long time. When I was in my 20s, I met a woman that was in her 40s and she had been single for 11 years. And in my mind, I was thinking, wow, something is wrong with her. But nope, what I didn't know was what peace looks like and feels like. And now that I know what peace looks like, I've become what you would call a dangerous dater. Because the more healed that you are, you realize there are going to be a lot of people that you're not going to be compatible with because you are healed. And because of that, I'm more realistic when I do date. And what grounds me are two things. One is that I'm okay with being single and that I understand that I may have lonely moments, but that doesn't mean that I'm lonely. And two, I have to continue giving myself what I gave in those relationships. So just like I was loyal and loving and caring to those people, I have to be loving and loyal and caring to myself. So much so that I'm not going to allow myself to get in another situation or another relationship that's going to cause me to undo all of the work that I've already done. And before I end this video, I just want to say to the men that feel that women who have been single for a long time, I want you to stop asking them what is wrong with you. Like, what is wrong with all these men that makes all these women comfortable with being single, and not only being single, but being single for a long time.
And the clearer you can see, baby, the worse.
She talks here about how we need to stop this stigma of single women, because single women actually are single by choice, and they're single because they've done the requisite work to realize what they're worthy of, and they have now replaced that with the need to be chosen. I have been going through this the last year, and it is absolutely a mind F when you realize how much you have put up with mistreatment and breadcrumbs because you need to be chosen. And it is a thing that is replete in our culture, especially for women. We are taught from a young age via Disney movies that to be chosen is the end game. And especially in a religious patriarchal structure that I grew up in, I was taught as a little girl that to be chosen by a man was the ultimate goal. And once I was no longer chosen by a man because I was choosing to be a hermit, I was being very choosy with the types of men that I allowed into my sphere. I had to reckon with myself. I had to reckon with my value, with my self-worth. It has probably been the hardest shadow work I have ever done, because when people talk about decentering men, that does not mean that we hate men, and that does not mean that we want to be single forever or that we never want to be in a relationship again. It simply means that self-love is always honoring ourselves and never abandoning ourselves. Yeah. And too often, women, myself included, some of my girlfriends, they are self-abandoning to be chosen. They are putting up with breadcrumbing and toxic behavior from men to be chosen. And so all decentering men means is loving yourself enough to be single and to attend to your own needs rather than abandon yourself over and over again to be chosen. It is a huge part of self-love. Self-love is not all bubble baths. It is never abandoning yourself. And I will tell you right now, having stringent standards, having the bar be up here as opposed to it being down here, has drastically decreased the amount of male attention that I have. And it has forced me to go inward and heal myself and look at all of the ways that I felt my whole life that I needed to be chosen to have value and worth, and to find value and worth within myself without it centering around being chosen by a man.
The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things.
So the little piece of me left that still likes men just enough to constitute me as bisexual has a few thoughts on this. So this is something very encouraging for my ladies who might have grown up in a religious home that centered men, and that's all you heard from the time you were tabletop high, or just women that have had a hard time, distancing themselves from their self-worth in relation to their proximity to men. Unlearning it is so hard in a society that just pushes it down your throat. But there is just like this OG level that you reach when you go long enough with the, your journey of just separating yourself from everything that society says is correct or whatever, especially how it relates to your relationship status with men. You reach this level where you really are at peace. You generally don't care. And that frees up your emotional space and capacity to just see the beauty in everything else. And it's beautiful. I'd say in your youth, in your 20s, you're so worried about ending up alone or not being, married to a man or something. But that's older people too. That's society makes it so that this is something that is across all ages. Like, my fear is not really ending up alone, because to me, I've gotten to this point where I've all but married myself. Like, I am that committed to my joy, my pleasure, my indulgence, and just everything that pleases me, that my fear is getting with somebody that would take that away from me, man or woman. That scares me more. My fear is not doing what I was put on this earth to do or feeling fulfilled. My fear is being on my deathbed and being like, man, I should have gone for it, or man, I just wish I hadn't tied myself to that person, because that's a very serious decision. So I think that more women should really free themselves up to date themselves, really, and enjoy the singlehood. Like, enjoy it. Don't be single thinking, oh my God, I can't wait until I'm in a relationship. It'll come if it's supposed to come. But I'm telling you, I do not have everything figured out by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm here to tell you, so serious, coming from a person who used to just dream about being married, if I don't ever get married at all, I'm good with that. I'm good with that, because I feel like God has given me this whole world to explore, to find beautiful. And I'll be damned if I put it in the form of a small person, in the form of a human. That's not my world. The world is bigger than that. And there's so many soulmates that you can have outside of a romantic partner. There are friendship soulmates. There are, there's just so much out here. So it gets better, and you will find your person, even if it's not right now in a relationship or whatever. But really date yourself. Really date yourself. It'll come when it's supposed to come. But you don't want to be with anybody that's going to knock you off of your purpose. And you do have a purpose. You do.
The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things.
There's a certain type of math that kicks in when you've been single for a long time. It's basically like a cost-benefit analysis, if we want to get on the econ track around this, right? So it's like, is the cost of my alone time, my peace, my running my own agenda worth paying for what this partnership is offering me? So it's cost-benefit, right? Like, am I willing to give up those things of being single that I love and that I'm used to in order to potentially gain the benefit of being partnered? And for a lot of people that have been long-term single, like I'm going on, 10, 11, 12 years now at this point, the math just does not math in a lot of cases. So single it is.
The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things.
I love this so much. It's like amplifying every single thing that I've been posting about. Like, I've been in like the delete the apps, add the apps, because I get bored. And I don't know. Sometimes I'll kill an hour, I can talk to some guy, and I have no intention or whatever. This guy today, I asked it, right? He asked me dead ass, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I said, you don't really even know me, which is true. It's been a weird, never actually met him in person. He's just been stalking my social medias. And every time I'm on an app or when I re-download, he always somehow finds me, right? So in theory, right, we've been boo. So he said, okay, you want to be my girlfriend. I'm just looking for genuine connection and caring. And I was like, okay. And I stopped and I asked, I said, are you a gentleman or are you just fucking with me right now? And he just said no. He said he wasn't a gentleman. And I was like, well, why would I spend any time with anyone who's not a gentleman? Like, does that make sense to you? Then he's like, well, are you a lady? And I said, yes, of course. Like, so he's gonna catch me out of, like, well, you're not a lady. Like, oh, honey. Honestly, I again, like, the more I'm alone, the more I'm like, yeah, I don't. I have my blankie. I just said blankie. I'm a grown woman. Person. It's a long story. Like, can I imagine me getting up right now? It's like 12:30, and like going to meet someone at a bar to have mediocre conversation, drinks, food, and or the deed. Like, why would I do that? And the fact that he said explicitly he's not a gentleman. Yeah, no.
The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things.
The longer you go without a man, the clearer you see. Thank you, young lady. This is such an amazing point. Everything that she said was on point. And I think it's important for women to know that you have to do your work in your single season. You have to focus on you, and you can't jump from bed to bed to bed to bed with a man, or still stay focused on getting a man in your single season, because you might as well just be booed up at the same time with that person, because the single season is meant for you to develop yourself, to figure out who you are and what you want for your next relationship and in the next person that you're going to get in a relationship with, if that's something that you want. Otherwise, it's just for you to focus on you, have a good time, and get to know you. If you cannot do that when you're single, you need to really focus on self-love and self-development.
The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things.
This is the realest thing I've heard all day. Look, if you get into a relationship and it just doesn't work out, if you don't heal from that relationship, it didn't work out for a reason. Do you know why? Like, why not? And I think that people want to just jump into a new relationship and kind of buffer and numb, because it's really hard to work through all your feelings. It is not easy. It's not fun. It's not, because you have to experience the hurt. But you know what's worse is repeating patterns, because you go through life unaware and then having to go through the same thing over and over and over again. That is quite literally the definition of insanity. It's not working. You're just choosing different people to relive the same type of engagements with. Now, if you take time to heal, then you experience peace eventually. Like, it's going to take a hot minute, but eventually you do get to enjoy that peace. And then when the next round of people come, because you're ready to get back out there, then you're far more discerning on what is for you, what is not for you. So you're not really wasting your time, and you're not wasting their time either for something you know that's not going to work.
Everything she said, that was the creator that was teaching our videos and talking about it, everything she said in that video was 100, was on point. You know, all the single ladies. These, as I say, these are single women, single ladies that chose to be single by choice. Single by choice, not single and crying, or single and, you know, wanting a man so bad and not even caring about yourself. No, we're talking about single by choice, single and happy. Yeah, there are women like that are single and happy. Let me know what you all think about this video down in the comment section. What is your thought? What is your opinion? Kindly put them down respectfully down in the comment section. All opinions are accepted if you put them down respectfully. I remember when a single lady, I think she's in her late 30s or something, she told me that she feels very lonely sometimes, and she hopes that she can get married like this year. She wants a man. She wants a man. And I asked her, why do you feel lonely? Why do you want a man? Like, I asked her those questions. She was like, and sometimes she doesn't have anybody to talk to. I was like, don't you have friends? She was like, I have friends, but I just feel like I need a man. I said, okay. say she also needs somebody that she can be walking around the streets with, you know, holding hands and all of that. And after that, is that the reason you want to get married? Because most married women are singles. Most married women are singles. I was saying that if you think that you're gonna get married and the only thing that your husband will be doing to you is walking around the old neighborhood in the evening walks, then you're wrong, girl, because this man not gonna have your time. Most married men don't even have your time work. They do not. So if you think that that's the thing that makes you lonely, call your friends, have girls around that you can call, talk to. Don't feel lonely. Am I right or wrong? Because some people that are single feel like they're missing so much in the marriage institute that they wish they are inside. But people that are actually married are wishing that they are single. Most people that are married are wishing they are single. They wish they can go back to being single and, you know, start afresh. They won't even do what they did. So when I see single women that are happy and single by choice, I'm always very happy, and this also makes them to choose better. Yes, when I say choose better, I know that most of these men are raggedy men. There are plenty everywhere, but it will make you settle for less. It will make you just jump on any opportunity because you already know yourself. You've discovered who you are. You've got to know who you are. So you're going to calm down and be like, what do you have to offer me? What are you going to bring to the table? You'll be the one asking the question, like, what are you going to bring to the table? Because I provide myself. I have this, I have that. So what do you want to bring to the table? No man is going to do shakara for you because they know that you're already made. Like, you already know who you are. Compared to a personal person that felt like, I need a man. Whatever man that comes to them and just show a little of what they think they need in a man, they're already gone. And when they are gone into the marriage and the relationship, they end up coming back crying and all of that. So let me know what you all think about this video down in the comment section. To me, I really appreciate single people by choice. So if you're single, let me know how long you've been single by choice. Let me know how long you've been happy. And I know a lot of you all watch my videos, child free, single. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.